across the wall?
How is he living in Norfolk, VA?
I think of Fail Army and World Star, those clips that, you know, they don't need any more context because the moment is it's so raw, it's so brash, it's so human. Do you mind if we look at a few clips and maybe you can walk us through what made you select that clip or maybe a little bit of context behind it?
For sure, bro. Let's do it.
Perfect. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen here and I'm gonna add some sound.
How the fuck? God damn, I wish I was under that bitch. Free insurance. Hey. God damn, I gotta get over it.
And this man is losing his mind. Fire Virginia, what was going on in your head when you saw this clip? Obviously, then the obvious of, holy crap. It's anytime you're on the highway and you see something, I mean, you're rubbernecking, everyone's paying attention. It causes more accidents. What was your thought process when you saw this?
So me, when I personally saw this, right, the guy who's recorded it and sent it to me, he told me what happened or whatever, but I was actually driving at the time. So I'm like, oh man, I hope this is not nowhere close to where I'm at. But
so you were on the road. You were like, oh, I hope I'm not going to this.
I'm on the road when I'm looking at this specific video. And so I'm just like, man, where is this at? I'm asking him. He's like, oh, this is in Norfolk. I think at the time I might have been in maybe Richmond, maybe. I'm not sure, but
okay.
Yeah, so I actually got that video when I was on the road, and a lot of content, people send it in to me because they want it posted, and they they want the credit or whatever the case may be, or they might not want the credit. They just want it to be on Viral Virginia.
Yeah, love it. And as a realtor and as somebody who helps people, move and rent here in the Virginia Beach area, I have to highlight a real estate one. I'm gonna do this one next for you, Viral.
Okay, yeah, I'm glad.
$8,000 gets you in Hampton, Virginia.
And I should shout out these people. This is Michelle Sells It. This is down in Hampton, a $440,000 house. Decent price or not? And the comment section blows up with everyone's view of Hampton, good, bad, ugly, and then of course, what people think about housing in general. Viral, what inspired you to start posting real estate posts? Obviously, then the classic. People love to look at things that they can have. Like, what else is going on through your mind?
So when I post things like this, bro, it's not only to just ask the simplicity of just asking the question that I'm asking, like, do you think this is a good deal or not? But also I'm kind of killing two birds with one stone by highlighting a Virginia creator and realtor and showing off their work, and I'm showing off the area as well. You know what I'm saying? So I'm showing off what we have to offer in Hampton for the $400,000 price range, while highlighting a creator who's making real estate content. You know what I'm saying? So notice how I always tag the person, even if they don't have an Instagram. I make sure I put their TikTok, so you know that you can go see the stuff that they do as well.
I love that. And that's such a cool idea because in a lot of times in the creator economy, you think of it like an asset where you create this piece of media, right, that you have in your Google Drive and you post to, the TikTok, the Facebook, or whatever. When in all actuality, with over 1 billion posts every day, why not leverage and feature somebody else who's made the content that you either don't have the bandwidth to produce, or in a lot of ways, for me, they've done it better. So why not just feature it?
Exactly.
So that is so cool that you're doing that. And then a last one for you. I'm going to go ahead and scroll down a little bit further down to the archives here and check out one of your clips here that has a little bit more view and a little bit more wider reach to the state of Virginia before we transition to our next section here.
Okay.
So you guessed it, Virginia. Virginia has the 12th highest GDP in the country and is consistently ranked as the #1 state for business-friendly environment by Forbes. No surprise then that the state has a strong job market with a relatively low unemployment rate. Virginia is also a great place to live if you're looking for a high quality of life. The state has a number of top-ranked schools.
Viral, this is from one of those clever AI bots that, integrate, just standard B-roll clips with some AI voiceover. That's not always a person, but the information is still, researched and relevant in a lot of ways. And I know you do a lot of work to verify that as well. What was your thought process going into this? And of course, what did you think after checking out and seeing all of the comments and the commentary that was extracted when people saw and reacted to this video?
So honestly, when I see videos like this and it's a ranking or a rating, any type of list like that, I always just check it out with a grain of salt, because you know that it's people's opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, because some people, even if it's based off of statistics, it's still opinionated to the fact that if you like this or not. Like, because even certain statistics, like I don't know what, just I can't even think of one off the head, but everything is opinionated.
80% of statistics are made up on the spot. Yeah, 80% of statistics are made up on the spot. Yeah.
It's like just opinionated based. But as far as Virginia, but as far as what it says itself, Virginia being number 3 in the top 10 best states to live in America. I personally, I love Virginia, and I want to live in Virginia forever. Because I travel so much, so I don't really mind about staying in Virginia. It's one of the cheapest places I ever been. It's one of the most diverse places I ever been. I would rank it number 1, but I'm from Virginia, so you know.
Yeah, same here. Discover Virginia Beach podcast, and Virginia Beach is the best city, and we love the Virginia Beach area and Hampton Roads. And it's just a great place to visit, hang out all around. I got one more clip for you. This one I find funny, and it's also one of those really like hard conversations to have in the real estate space, because it has to do with one of the most personal decisions that anyone ever makes. And it's living in an area that you feel safe and comfortable in, which is of the utmost importance. But with everything in our history and the Realtor Association and people just steering folks left and right, for better or for worse, this is one that resonates with me.
How is he living in Norfolk, VA?
So just someone in their dorm room eating some Chips Ahoy, having a good time, and the banging noises obviously indicating, gunshot noises, right? And crime has no zip code, and people do crazy things. And so when you post something like this viral, obviously it's going to get a lot of traction and engagement. Yeah. You're going to get your dark humor folks. You're going to get your folks that are, wanting to be activists towards, gun violence and regulation. For you posting this, what thought process goes along with replying to those comments and featuring those artists who are willing to kind of press up against the barrier and post something a little bit more edgy like this?
So I'm glad you asked that, bro, because I'm glad you asked about the comments, actually, because in the beginning of my Viral Virginia career, the comments played a big part in what I would or would not post. You know what I'm saying? So now that the page is a lot bigger, I don't read a lot of comments. I have to I don't get to, because it's so many, but I just purposely, if I know I'm posting something controversial, I won't read the comments until the next day. That way, and two, just to help you out in your algorithm, don't respond to comments right away anyway. You know what I'm saying? Let them comment, and then you go reply about a couple hours later. That way it brings them back to the post. That way you get more engagement. But just a little trick for the people out there. But yeah, man.
Great tip, by the way. Yeah, because a lot of times you want to respond right away, and they'll heart it or leave it alone, and it just kind of it'll flatline. Yeah.
But as far as that itself, bro, if we could, I didn't mean, but if we could go back to that clip for a second.
Absolutely.
I wanted to ask you a question. Could you exit out of that for a second?
Absolutely.
So beside that clip, you see we have the other house, right?
Yes.
So give me a honest answer, bro. Would you rather live in a place like this that's
let me get this. I'll hit the audio in a second. Go ahead, Viral.
This is allegedly a haunted house. It's in Virginia. It's great. It's on a lake. So would you rather live in a haunted house that looks great like this, or would you rather live in a dangerous place like the other girl was just in?
Oh my goodness, that's such a crazy question. I love this because it definitely is something that, regardless of the state you live in, you have to think about, whether you're in Texas or California or Atlanta or wherever. it's that age old adage of, do I want to be near people or do I want to have that exclusivity and privacy? And I'll give an example to highlight this. You remember those Goosebump books back in the day, Viral? Where you read it and they're in the house and it makes the weird creaks and noises. I think that's just the charm of houses. Religious beliefs aside, I'm a man of faith. So when I think of ghosts and spirits, I think of them in another way. So for me, it doesn't necessarily bother me if something's quote haunted. I like to think of it as the history or the narrative of the home. But gosh, if I want to go out to Dave & Buster's Apex, I don't want to be having to drive, 30, 45 minutes to get somewhere. I want it to be down the road. I want to be able to go to Kroger, get my reward points. I'm a simple man. Get my eggs and everything I need back to the house or delivered to the house. I'm a man of comfort in that way. What about you, Viral? When you see this, would you go to the haunted house or would you go somewhere in the city? And I'll follow up with that and say the crime part, the gunshots part, I think that's just the more people you live in an area, the more opportunity there are for people to make their own decisions, and that's a risk and a choice that I'm comfortable making. Yeah.
I have to agree with you, man. I agree with pretty much everything you said because I actually live in the mountains now. So I like the privacy and I travel a lot. So I don't really, I have the problem with where I want to go and things like that. But sometimes when I'm at home and I'm not traveling, I'm like, dang, I need to go to Walmart or, or whatever the case may be. I'm like, shoot,
I need some toilet paper. I need some snacks, whatever the case may be. Yeah.
You got to have gas when you go home because, you got a long way to leave out and stuff. But to answer the question, bro, I'm big on like a higher power as well. You know what I'm saying? Because a little backstory, I was a foster kid and I lived with like 6 or 7 different families. And most of them families were like, they were all different, had all different religious beliefs. So me growing up, I just didn't know exactly what was true. I just knew that something was there. You know what I'm saying? So I say that to say that I believe in spirits and things like that. And I got 2 dead brothers. So anytime that I hear noises or like some crazy stuff happen, I just think that I automatically go with, okay, that's just them, like that's them making that noise. Or if I almost wrecked my car and something happened and that was him that saved me, that's just always how I've been. So I would probably much rather stay in the haunted house than somewhere where I would have to worry about gunshots every day, especially being by Virginia.